So, I published a novel in my late teens. It was messy, it was unedited, and I took it down fast. But now, in my early 30s, with an MFA degree and a lot of life lived, I'm rewriting that novel from scratch. Welcome to another episode of Editing My Younger Self. Paula and her mother pulled their U-Haul attached car up to the rustic brown apartment building. They took in the less than stellar appearance of their new home. Cynthia sighed. "It has character," she said. Paula rolled her eyes and took the opportunity to practice the saying her mother used time and time again when she was a child. "If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all." She pushed the door of their 2005 Camry open and grabbed one of the moving boxes from the back seat. The graffiti on the building, the car with a piece of cardboard in the window, and the overall unkempt look of the neighborhood prompted Paula to double-check her locked door. Growing up, she had never been rich, but her family was comfortable. They owned their home in suburban Atlanta, and she never wanted for anything. She would drive past places that looked like their new home and felt sorry for the people who lived there. Paula and Cynthia hesitantly walked up to the cracked pavement and climbed rickety stairs to apartment 10A. Cynthia placed the key into the doorknob and paused for a moment before opening the door. They were immediately hit by an odor that resembled a dead mouse mixed with trash that hadn't been taken out for a month. Covering her nose, Paula walked further into the living room. Besides a random velvet love seat and the vomit stains in the carpet, the room was bare. She also noticed a few fist-shaped holes in the wall. She got the eerie feeling that the people who previously lived here hadn't left voluntarily. Paula walks into the tiny kitchen with its 1970s cabinetry and appliances. Clearly, the owners hadn't updated the apartment in some time. She couldn't blame them. Renovations to this place would cost more than they could afford to rent the apartment out for. She flipped the faucet up, and the water gushed out with a tint of brown. She didn't have time enough to process her disgust before she heard a scream. Paula ran out of the kitchen and down the hall to the bathroom. Cynthia was squatting on the counter with her hand over her mouth. "Mom, what happened?" asked Paula. Cynthia pointed to the corner where the bathtub met the wall. 3 dead mice were piled on top of each other. Okay, oh boy. The first sentence is arguably the most important sentence of the entire story. That does not draw me in. It doesn't help me understand the tone of the story. It doesn't help me understand the world of the story. It doesn't tell us anything about the character. It doesn't hint at how the character feels about the fact that she's moving. And I think that that can be done in the first sentence. So I think that is an area that is needing change. We don't necessarily get too much characterization of Paula in this, and we don't even really know what she looks like, which I think is important to establish very early on. And so I think that would be one of the things that I would change as well, is giving us a glimpse not only at her appearance and her mannerisms and how she feels about the situation through her actions,